Hello, beautiful people. Rachael Robart here, 5-star diamond qualifying, 2015 elite contender, and head of Las Vegas Beachbody Council. I am excited today to kind of just go back to the basics. As you guys all know, the 3 vital behaviors, extremely important. But before I go into the 3 vital behaviors, I want to talk about consistency. I can strongly say that I know I've only come as far as I have in my business because I am consistent. I'm almost consistent to a fault. Consistency is seriously, I believe, pretty darn close to what I think could be possibly the secret sauce to this business. So being consistent in the 3 vital behaviors is key. So let's talk about inviting. Number 1. To me, inviting is connecting with people. You are building relationships with people so you can build trust with people. And that is it. That is what opens up the conversation to where you can invite. So first you want to make those connections with people. Be an ear for somebody, be there for them, and be open and honest and be a real person and build that trust with them. So when you go in for your invite, you don't come across salesy and you don't feel awkward because you're being genuine. So if you're inviting like you should be inviting, you are making connections first and you're building trust with people. So for me, what I like to do is kind of like a 3-touch system. On my first 2 initial conversations, I say nothing about Beachbody. I'm getting to know them. I'm getting to know their families. I'm commenting on their things, and I'm building that relationship. And then on the 3rd contact is when I go in for my invite, whether I'm inviting them to my challenge group, sneak peeks, whatever the case may be. I always have something lined up that I can invite them to, because there have been times where in the beginning of the conversation, there was an opening to invite there. So I'm not saying to wait and not invite for on the 3rd contact, but if there's an opening, feel free to invite then. But that's just kind of how I go about inviting. I always do a 3-point system. So, and I also want to make sure that, if you're inviting the way that you're supposed to be inviting, you're inviting a lot of people. So you need a follow-up system. Honestly, if you guys do not have a follow-up system in place, I'm just going to say, just don't invite altogether. Sit down and think about the system that you want to use. Whether it be a Google Docs system, I personally use the automatic ACO system that's made for Beachbody coaches. It's amazing. I'm not saying you guys have to use that, but find something, because if you're inviting like you should be, you are talking to a lot of people. And if you don't have a follow-up system, it's pointless. You want to be able to set a follow-up date. You want somewhere that you can input all of the conversations that you've had. So when you go back to talk to them, you know what you've last talked about, and things like that. So a follow-up system, you guys, figure that out before you start inviting like crazy, because you're almost going to be wasting your time. That follow-up is key in my business, and I know that has a lot to why I've gotten as far as I have. So figure out a follow-up system before you start inviting. Invite. Be consistent in inviting. Next is proof the products work. This is huge, you guys. You are your speaking, talking, walking billboards. And if you are being proof the products work, that means you're being consistent, right? It all comes back to being consistent. Consistency is key. It seriously is almost like the magic potion to this business, the secret sauce. If you're being consistent in your workouts, you're being consistent in the 3 vital behaviors, and you're just overall being consistent in your business. We don't have to have 6-pack abs. We're not perfect bodies. In fact, I've been pregnant this last year, and I've still been able to build another huge following because I've been consistent. I started the active maternity workouts, and I've just stayed consistent, and I've completely built another following, which is truly amazing to me. But it all falls back on consistency. Consistency is key to being, proof the products work. And next is personal development. Personal development, you guys, is brain food. It's your brain food to this business. you know, in any other profession, basically you have to go back to take your credits again, or your credentials and everything, and you have to keep learning and building your brain. It's your brain food. So if you're not doing personal development, you're gonna hit a wall. And if you are, it's gonna help you handle your objections better. You know, on those days you get 1,000 no's, you're not gonna just fall in a slump because you've been doing your personal development. You're confident in what you're talking about. You're confident in yourself. It literally is like ammunition to your gun. If you're gonna shoot blanks if you're not filling your gun back up with ammunition. So your personal development is key. It'll get you through the bad days. It'll help you know what to say. I can't tell you how many times I've had a conversation with somebody, and the only reason why I was able to kind of help them through the situation is because of something I read in my personal development. So personal development is key. It's your brain food. Being consistent in all of these, the 3 vital behaviors, is key. I want to share something I read the other day I thought was just brilliant. It was called the momentum theory, and I believe it was Darren Hardy that stated it. But focused intensity over time multiplied by God equals unstoppable momentum. Momentum is huge in this business, you guys. It's hard when you stop being consistent and you start losing that momentum. It's very, very hard to get it back. So number one, if you're just consistent in the 3 vital behaviors, you'll get there, you guys. It's just being consistent, and it's doing the same things every single day over time. So I really hope that you guys were able to take something from this and implement it for 2016. And just really making 2016 your best year yet, because I know that's what I'm going to do, and that's what I'm going to do for my team. So I hope to see you all at the top 2016. Here we go, you guys. Bye-bye.